I want to move on to this one and get everybody to weigh in about 15 seconds each. This is from the Daily Mail. This is a piece from Emily Goodwin. Very interesting. The headline reads in part, how vengeful Jill Biden is urging depressed Joe to burn the whole thing down in their final days. It reads in part, Jill views Democrats on Capitol Hill, the wider party, the Obama staff inside and outside the White House, the media, and all of Washington, D.C. with such misguided resentment that I can't imagine she isn't encouraging Joe to burn the whole thing down despite his better judgment. That, according to an insider. Lindy, to you first. 15 seconds each, roughly, your thoughts on what Emily Goodwin had to say.
She's totally right. And we can see that happen when Joe forcefully came out inside of insider trading. It took him 50 years to get to that point. But you know why he did that? Because he still has a bone to pick with Nancy Pelosi. He's still very angry that he got summarily pushed aside. And he's finally saying that no one in Congress should be able to trade on the inside information. And you know who's notorious for that? Nancy Pelosi.
Absolutely. The Pelosi Tracker Online.
What's up, y'all? Gerald here, creator of Gospel Chops and your host for this YouTube channel, back with another video. Now, y'all, it seems like the Democrats are cutting and running away from the Democrat Party in droves. No, not your average everyday Democrat that likes to donate $5 here to the party, $10 there. No, your mega donors to the Democrat Party are doing a 180, running away from the party. They are displeased with the results of the previous election. They are displeased with the results of November 5th. And y'all, we are right on the cusp of Christmas. Donald Trump ain't even president yet. He's the president-elect. And these Democrats are saying we've had enough, because here we are, a month and a half, almost 2 months really, past the election, and y'all still can't explain to us where our money went. No, we're not the $5, $10 donors. We are the $100,000, $1 million donors. And y'all seem to, the number keeps going up, but y'all seem to have punked off by $2.5 billion. Well, that's a lot of money. We put that on the line because we were expecting certain things of you, of the party, of the president, once y'all got elected, but y'all failed the mission. So here we have y'all, Miss Lindy Lee, who's been making the rounds, y'all. She out here on the circuit. Shout out to her. God protect her, because she's taking a risk in speaking out in the way that she is against the Democrat Party. But she says she had a lot of investors who trusted her word. She's one of those bundlers who puts money together for super PACs and whatnot. And she gathered a bunch of money from Democrat operatives. She donated a lot of that money to the Democrat Party. And they seem to be unaccountable to her and her donors. So she mad about it, y'all. She's speaking out in a very dangerous way. But she's being very candid, because some people are putting pressure on her. And she wants to know. So she's out here making the rounds in the media trying to say, hey, if I got to kick and scream, if I got to expose some people, I'm going to do what I got to do, because my people back there that lost all their investment, they want answers. And as of yet, I can't give them any.
People have called me the W word. I don't know what we're allowed to say, but you can fill in the blank.
We're uncensored. Let's say it. Say it. Say what the word was.
Am I allowed to?
Yeah.
Well, they called me a whore. They called me the C word. They asked for me to be deported. And you can just search for my name in those terms on X, and you'll see a bunch of them. So, all these so-called Democrats, the party of inclusion, the party of diversity, masks off. And it's even worse because they pretend to occupy the moral high ground. They pretend to be, so loving and caring and embracing of diversity. But all of a sudden, when I dare to utter any criticisms of the goddess, Kamala Harris, I get ostracized. Me, after having raised tens of millions of dollars for the party, my donors are pissed. They raised $2.5 billion across Super PAC in the campaign. It's my responsibility. It's my duty of care to ask what the hell happened with that money? Why did we spend it? Why did we spend millions of dollars on 5-star hotels for campaign staffers? Why did we spend $500,000 essentially bribing Al Sharpton moments before he interviewed Kamala? These are legitimate questions, but no, in the cult, you can't ask questions.
Yeah.
And leaving the Democratic Party or even questioning the Democratic Party is like leaving a cult. It's terrifying. Piers, I don't want that. I don't want to be a part of this tent. I don't want to be a part of this craziness anymore. They're accelerating my rightward shift. I don't want this nonsense. It's just crazy. And honestly, they're shrinking their tent. They're basically telling me to they're pushing me to bring my tens of millions of dollars that I've raised and can continue to raise to a different team that treats me better, that treats me with just common decency, that doesn't call me a communist spy. By the way, the communist regime in China killed my great-grandfather. They don't know my family's history. This is the first time I'm really saying it on air. They are calling me a spy for the regime that killed my great-grandfather. Let that soak in just for a second. That's how disgraceful they are. Yeah. And these are the people who call themselves the social justice warriors. They are dabbling. They are going headfirst into racism anytime someone dares to disagree with them. I don't want to be a part of this nonsense anymore. I want to be a part of the team that says men are men and women are women, and then men shouldn't play in women's sports. And I'm an athlete myself. I'm a marathon runner.
And wouldn't you know, y'all, in typical Democrat Party fashion, they would pull out some blackity blacks to run to their defense because they get them on the cheap just for a few butter biscuits. They will dance the way you want. They will talk the way you want. They will act the way you want. And here goes Roland Martin going after Lindy Lee and defending the party. Well, bro, you got to see things from where she is. You got to understand her perspective. Her people lost a lot of money. It's a big problem. How much money did Joe people lose? Roland Martin? Oh, none. Because you don't have a financial backing. All you got is the broke blackity blacks that do whatever you say. So you act as a gatekeeper and the Democrat Party comes to you, they pay you, but the people behind you never get anything. No reparations, no student loan forgiveness, no, nothing. But you got something, didn't you? And because of your loyalty for what you got standing at the gate, you out here shooting at Lindy Lee, who might not even know your name.
But can y'all explain to me, with all of the drama, with Biden dropping out July 21st, Harris having 107 days. By the way, the Biden campaign was broke as hell. The money she raised saved their asses. They got within 1.6% of winning. One of the closest margins in 2 decades. And these people are acting like, oh my God, the world just came crashing down. Oh my God, what do we do? Could anybody have predicted the impact of October 7th in Israel, in Gaza, and Hamas on the election? Nope. The reality is Joe Biden was not popular among young people. He wasn't popular among black people. The fact of the matter is he was old and he showed it and he looked feeble. And America likes to project strength. But you know what is the worst thing to happen right now? When you have weak, sorry, pathetic, feckless, and impotent Democrats, including individuals who were members of the DNC's Finance Committee, who have nothing of value to add. They're not crafting. Lindy Lee isn't trying to say, hey, how do we craft a game plan to win governor's mansions in 2025? How do we craft a game plan to win the Wisconsin Supreme Court race in 2025? How do we make sure the Democrats keep control of the House in Virginia in 2025? How do we craft a plan to win the seats needed in 2026 in the midterms? No, all she's doing is taking her bony ass on Fox News, bitching and moaning about, oh my God, how this was so awful, how things were ran. She has nothing of value to add. Nothing. Nothing. And then she wants to sit here and talk about, oh, Jamie Harrison, he's continuing the woke identity. Really? Well, Lindy, name it. Please tell me, what is this woke identity politics? Could you please tell? Because I love it how they throw stuff out. They can't name it. I love it how they say, oh, Democrats, they fail the working class. I'm sorry, can you please show me the policies the Republicans have actually passed to benefit the working class? I'll wait. What you see happening right now is what happens when you have weak people who are so desperate for attention that they'll say anything to get it. Because see, if you actually care about winning, you would then be trying to devise plans and strategies to actually win. Instead, little Lindy Lee is desperate trying to get her a Fox News contributor job. Because the truth is, she has nothing of value to add. And then she says, oh yes, I'm excited about this. All these things that are happening with the economy. Lindy, do you mean the economy that Biden and Harris fixed? You mean the economy that is on the upswing? Do you mean the first president, the first administration, never to have a negative jobs?
And there you have it, y'all. Roland Martin out here spewing a bunch of irrelevant facts, man. None of that stuff you talking about matters. You lost, and you lost big. There's a new day in America. It's called MAGA. I know you don't like it. I know you ain't feeling it. I know it's going to be hard for you moving forward, bro. But you were so committed to that party. You were so committed to that plantation that you led millions of black folks astray. I don't know how to hold you accountable because you're free to say what you want to say. You're free to espouse whatever it is you want to espouse. And it may not even be all your fault because you got to put some blame on the people who follow you. If you follow misdirection, if you follow misguidance, what does that say about you? Yeah, it says something about the guide. It says something about the director, but what does it say about you who follow him? We should keep those things in mind and understand, take a step back and understand where this brother's coming from. He's a paid operative. He's beholden to certain powers that be. We see it for what it is, and hopefully this series of events will open the eyes of millions, especially the blackity blacks. So you will see that there are certain gatekeepers among the community who are paid to operate in certain ways. They're not going to change their ways because that would make them change their coins. And that's what they don't want to do at the end of the day. Y'all let me know what you think about this. I'd love to know your thoughts on this topic. Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video so we can get more people involved in the conversation, y'all. And like I always say, always remember and never forget, without the gospel, it's just chops. Until next time, peace.